Good morning and welcome to Williams Dog Training Company. We're here today with Fred and Hunter, and what we're going to be demonstrating for you today is Hunter's ability to understand and respond to his obedience commands, the corrections and motivations we give him while we are working with him, and the training equipment that we're using. Fred is using a regular 6-foot web training leash, and he's going to keep the bulk of that leash folded neatly in his right hand, leaving his left hand free to give the correction. The correction that we give is a tug and let go to the training collar, which is the second piece of equipment that we're using. Hunter's been fitted with his own personal training collar, and we'll show you how to properly use this during your one-on-one lesson. As you can see, Hunter is seated nicely on Fred's left, which is where all our obedience training is done. The first command they're going to demonstrate is heeling, which is proper walking on a leash. And Fred and Hunter take off doing that now. The command you want to use for this is Hunter heel, and then you just start walking and he'll fall right in line on your left-hand side. Now we've also gone ahead and incorporated our sit command into this. So anytime Fred stops his feet, Hunter will sit. There's that automatic sit. It's important when you're heeling Hunter that he walks nicely at your pace without trying to pull ahead or lag behind. If he did attempt to pull ahead or lag behind, you say no, give a tug and let go correction of the training collar, repeat the command to heel, and then start walking again. Next we'll be showing you our stay command, which is the hand and voice command. Fred will use the open flat of his left palm an inch or so from Hunter's muzzle and the one-word command to stay. He walks out to the end of the training leash. It's a great exercise to build up self-control and maturity in Hunter. You can start practicing this one at about a minute and work your way up in increments to about 3. Now as Fred returns back to him, he's going to walk all the way around, providing an added distraction as he goes behind him, and right back to that left-hand side heel position. Hunter holds that sit-stay throughout. Fred gives him a little praise and then heels him right out of it. We'll show you a little more of that heel sit and stay. There's that automatic sit.
Stay.
Gives him the stay again. Back out to the end of that training leash. At this time, instead of returning back to him, he's going to demonstrate the come or recall command. He calls him in using his name. He comes and sits in front. Then we have an exercise called the finish. Fred heels Hunter right around the back of him and gets him right back to that left-hand side heel position, and he sits. He'll demonstrate it one more time. He has him in a sit and gives him a stay out to the end of the training leash.
Come.
And he calls him in using his name, has him come in, sit right in front, and then the finish, Fred heels him right around the back of him and gets him right back to that proper left-hand side heel position, and he sits. That's a good time to remind you want to practice all your commands with Hunter, about 15 to 20 minutes a day. You can practice inside or outside your home and just incorporate the commands into your daily routine with him. Next we'll be showing you our down commands. The first is down from a heel position. Fred will use the open flat of his left palm straight down to the ground and the one-word firm command to down. He then gives him a stay and walks back out to the end of that training leash. This is another great exercise to build up that self-control and maturity in Hunter. You can start practicing this one at 3 minutes and work your way up to about 5. Now as Fred returns back to him, he walks all the way around him as he did on the sit stay, and right back to that left-hand side heel position. Hunter holds that down stay throughout, and Fred heels him right out of it. I'll show you that down command again when they come back around. Now you see Hunter's doing very well, but it's always important to follow through with your commands, so if he doesn't respond to one of your commands, the first word out of your mouth is no, followed by a tug and let go correction, and then you repeat the command you gave him. Now Fred gave him the down again and walked back out to the end of that training leash. awful itchy today.
Hunter, come.
This time he demonstrates that recall command right out of the down position. Hunter gets up, comes right to him, sits in front, and then the finish, he heels him right around the back and right back to that left-hand side heel position, and he sits. Nicely done. Next will be our down from a distance command. We'll give them a second to get lined up for it. This will be our down from a distance. You're going to have him in a sit, give him a stay, walk out to the end of your leash. This is the only time you use your right hand to give the command, and Fred will drop him into a down from the end of the training leash.
No. Down.
There he goes. See, it's always important to follow through with your commands. So he said no first and then repeated the command. And Hunter went right down. Alright, those are our basic obedience commands we've worked on with Hunter here at school. And we've also gone ahead and just started to advance his training a little. We don't intend for you to do this immediately. We want you to put in your 15 to 20 minutes a day with him and practice. But this will show you what he is capable of building up to. So Fred had put him in a sit, he gave him a stay, he dropped the leash completely, and now he walks the perimeter of the building, comes all the way back over to him, and gives him a down, still completely off leash, and a stay, and walks away again. And for a young puppy, this is very good, being able to hold his stays while off leash. So we want you to put in that 15 to 20 minutes a day and build this up with him as well for you. Alright, those are our basic obedience commands we've worked on with Hunter here at school. It's been a pleasure working with Hunter, and we thank you again for choosing Williams Dog Training Company as your personal dog trainer.